Alright, hey guys, Fiddle Ferret here, and welcome back to another episode of Kindred Spirits on the Roof. So we continue our quest to help these girls find love. So, this should be interesting. This is quite a long game, but I'm interested to see how the routes pan out. Want some more rice, Hina? Yeah, and a little more meat. What? I was saving the rest for my dad, and so you could take some home. I'll have that part then. No, here. You can have the rest of mine. Yay! Thanks, Yuna! Dinner with Hina. Today's main course was pork fried rice with ginger. Both my parents and Hina's parents work, and our moms are both nurses. Hina comes over to our house to eat whenever they have night shifts together, roughly 2 or 3 times a week. It's been this way ever since we were little. We ate what our parents had made for us together, and once I learned how, I cooked for us. Like I did today. We talked about Hina's club activities, or whatever. I eat in the classroom afternoon practice, you know. Yeah? Everyone on the team compliments your lunches, Yuna. They say there are a lot of sides, and they're pretty, and they're well balanced, and that they're tasty, of course. Really? That makes me happy. But is there enough for you if you're sharing it with other people? They give me enough in return. Wouldn't it mess up the balance then? Well, not that I mind. Hey, Yuna. Yeah? Have you decided what tomorrow's lunch will be? Well, I've got the ingredients ready. Can I make a request? Yeah, sure. I might not be able to make it, though. That's fine. Today's lunch was Japanese-ish, right? So, could you make something Western tomorrow? Western. Well, I guess so. I can cook some ingredients in a different way, I suppose. But why? 'Cause I want to tell everyone you can make Western food, too. I'm happy about that, but it's kind of embarrassing. I suppose I can't let her down, though. Oh, my mouse. I'll make sandwiches, then. Oh, she doesn't seem satisfied. You don't want sandwiches? Can't anybody make sandwiches? That doesn't really prove you're good at Western food. I'll make them with baguettes, then. With a bunch of different ingredients. It might be a lot, but you can share them with people or eat a little after school too. Okay. Thanks, Yuna. Right. Leave it to me. I've come to really enjoy making lunch and dinner for Hina. It was hard for a while, but I worked through it with Hina's encouragement. She never leaves anything uneaten. I guess I really do like cooking. Tests are coming up, huh? Do your best, okay? Your first test in school started, so you're gonna have to study if you don't want to. What do I have another study? Want to have another study session with Ano-chan? Yeah, we could do that. It could probably help her with her first year stuff. First year. Come to think of it, that girl was first year too. The girl in the hallway, trying to get into the classroom. The one who managed to confess to her senpai, according to Sachi-san and Megami. Her name was... Hey, Hina, do you know a girl named Maki-san in your year? Maki-san? Maki-seni? Yeah, her. I know her. She's in my class. I sit next to her. Oh, really? I'm kind of surprised. Well, it's a little world, I guess. Are you friends? We say hi and stuff. Why? Do you know Maki-san, Yuna? Oh, no, not really. I just heard her name somewhere, so I was wondering if you knew her. I see. Thanks for dinner. You're welcome. Looks like Hina finished eating right after a good time to cut the conversation short. She brought her empty plate up to the sink. We're so adorable. I finished eating and followed after her. Putting the leftovers in the fridge for my parents, I started washing dishes with Hina. After she goes home, I should start making tomorrow's lunch, the baguette sandwiches she asked for. Guess I'll put in some extra effort in. Do. My gosh, there are like quite a few like shots and stuff in this game. You know, it's cool. I'm drinking. If you ever hear me have long pauses, it's really unprofessional, but I get really thirsty when I record visual novels. Okay, good. I reviewed today's classes, prepared for tomorrow's, and finished my homework. Some parts aren't due for a while, so I left some of those for later. 10 p.m., huh? It was already that late when I glanced over at the clock. Well, I'm ready for tomorrow. I prepared everything I'll need for lunch and dinner. Roast beef and baguettes may have been a bit much, but that seems pretty standard. I'll have enough time if I start preparing them right when I get up, though I bet Mom will laugh at me for using the oven first thing in the morning. Guess I should take a bath. But first, I lean back in my chair. I should get my thoughts clear. I like to sit at my desk and think before going to bed. This is a habit when I have a lot of things to consider, each of them in order. First, the three in the broadcasting club. From what Megami said today, they're always together, and it isn't obvious who might like who. And if that's the case, she might have to stick close to them for a while before we can tell. And then, that's what Megami said about Sachi-san being able to tell. And how Sachi-san can't seem to enter the Hoshiken building. In which case, the three of them need to go to the inner building for Sachi-san to check them out. But how? I should ask them for something, like an interview, since they're in the broadcasting club. But I couldn't ask them for anything like that, since I'm not in a club or anything. Yeah, that won't work. I should call them over with the PA system? No, they're in the broadcasting club. That wouldn't work, and I could really get in trouble for that. The third-year students' classroom, ooh, my mouse is going all haywire, are in the inner buildings. Should I get one of them to call them over? Though I don't know anyone I could ask to do that. Hina has some third-year upperclassmen, but I couldn't get her involved in this. I don't think I'm going to find the solution anytime soon. And until I have a good idea, I'll have to rely on chance. Yeah, we'll have to wait on this one. Next is Maki-san and Ahara-senpai. The problem is the two of them, or mainly Ahara-senpai, are always busy. They're so busy that they have no time to relax and talk to each other. Because of that, they're never more forward from their current friendship. We could fix that if we gave them somewhere to hang out together. But I don't know any place like that. I'll have to start by looking for one. I told Megami I had a few ideas, but we'd have to make sure they're actually usable. And once we find one, then we have to tell them about it. How? Tell them. Hey, you should try this place I found to be alone together. Okay, no. We'll find them on their own. We'll find one on our own and then guide them to it somehow. This is pretty hard. In any case, Maki-san and Ahara-senpai, two of the broadcasting club trio, and those two ghosts. I had no idea there were so many people around me in girl-girl romances. I find it a little surprising, or rather, I don't really get it. Are there normally this many? Is it because we're in all-girls school? Megami asked me today what I thought of girls liking other girls. What I'd said to her then wasn't a lie. I was caught off guard since I hadn't given it any thought, but I didn't think they were stupid and didn't think it was creepy. I just thought, so that happens too. That's a thing. I like that. That's a thing that happens with the people. I mean, Maki-san, that first year, the flash of her face I saw after she delivered her letter. I bet she couldn't make a face like that if she wasn't really in love. The only reason I wasn't sure was probably because I was never in love myself, and not with just another girl, of course. Oh, what am I doing now? Helping people like that. When I thought about it again, this is really none of my business at all, is it? Finding out who likes who and helping them get together? Yeah, no matter how I think about it, My chest is burning. What the heck am I doing? I never imagined I'd be involved in something like this, doing all these things for other people. I'm already doing all this thinking about it, trying to figure out how to make it all work out, and what I should do. I hung my head for a moment. The drawer of my desk came into view, and it was locked shut. All of a sudden, my head cleared. Calm down, don't panic, take it slow. I'll just do it quietly. So I don't stand out. Whenever I can help out, I have to do it that way, because it really isn't any of my business. Interesting. I love the screenshots from these games, actually. They're really great. They're all so cute. Next, so Yuri Cupid 2. So this is still the broadcasting club as far as I can tell. Do. Oh, morning, Yuna. Oh, morning, Ano. Forget anything today? Yep. Seriously, why does she sound so proud of herself? It really makes me wonder if some kind of condition is causing her to be this forgetful. No matter what, she'll forget one thing or another every day like clockwork. You could set your alarm to it. Her talent for forgetting things was actually what brought us together. It was on a day not long after we started here that we were in the same class during our first year. Ano had forgotten every single textbook and material she needed for classes that day, and had asked if she could see mine since I sat next to her. My volume is a little loud for me. Let me turn that down a skosh. I thought it was pretty normal. Second period, I thought. Well, this happens sometimes. By third period, I was too dumbfounded to say anything. After fourth period, I just silently moved my desk over to her, and to top it all off, when I asked her after school if she thought it was a different day of the week or something, Ano's answer had been, I just forgot all my textbooks I'd been planning on bringing today. That's not possible. Wouldn't that mean you didn't have any textbooks in your bag at all? Wouldn't you notice that? When I grilled Ano like that, she said, mission accomplished. Oh my gosh, Ano likes us. Ano likes us! She just wants to be closer. More love! And stuck out her thumb. In that instant I realized, yeah, she really did forget them all. And she forgot all sorts of things after that, relying on me instead. It was a while before I realized, it's not gonna happen. I'd want to avoid getting close to anyone, but with Ano, that wasn't going to be an option. I was forced to admit that eventually, one day, she hadn't forgotten anything. She had her textbooks, her notebook, her homework, her phone, her notepad, her lunch, her wallet, her training pass, her handkerchief, pads, and all sorts of other stuff. Even the book she'd promised to lend me in her bag, of course. I thought, wow, so there are days like this too, huh? That was the first day since I'd met Ano that I hadn't heard the word forgot. And after spending the day in relative peace, I realized just before 5th period on that day, on which we had just happened to have gym class, that she'd forgotten to wear a bra. How could you forget that when you've got two huge things on you? Flustered, I suggested Ano sit out on gym that day. Ano forgetting things doesn't surprise anyone. That's just what she is. That's what she's like. Can you do something about it on your own? Yep, I've already taken care of it. I see. Oh, that's right, Ano. What is it? Hina and I are going to have a little study group before exams. You're welcome to join us. Really? Count me in. Yeah, I'm looking forward to your cooking, Yuna. I'll cook, but we're not getting together just to hang out, alright? I can lend you textbooks and pencils and stuff, but at least remember your notebooks, okay? I got it. The last time we had one was before Hina-chan started school here, right? Yeah, I think it was just before the entrance exam. Oh, and she's a first year. Time sure flies, huh? It's been a whole year since we started here, too. What are you talking about? Speaking of first years, though, say, Ano, do you know a first year named Maki? Uh-huh. No. I don't know. I don't know too many of the new students yet. Yeah, I figured. Otto actually has a pretty big social circle. As it turns out, I thought she might know her, but I guess not. Who is she? Somebody you know, Yuna? Oh, I guess she sits next to Hina. Ah, well, I don't know her, but I did run into the broadcasting club cheer this morning on the train. Huh? Yeah. They were all together again this morning. Those three are like a real comedy trope. That's a little rude, isn't it? I get what you mean, though. Oh, you're acting kind of cold. Nina's a friend of mine, so I was thinking I could introduce you if you want. Though, I guess it's kind of weird to introduce you to someone you were in the same class with last year. What do I do? I'm not sure that introducing myself to them would help, and it might be even harder to hide my actions if we become close. No, that's fine. Yeah? I thought you'd be interested since you were asking about them the other day. Well, I was a little interested, but it's fine now. Thanks, and sorry. No, it's fine. You don't need to thank me. I've never heard you ask me about someone else before. Oh, I've said that wrong. Heard you ask me about somebody else like that before, you know. I guess I got ahead of myself. Spun my wheels a bit. Sorry for making you spin your wheels. It wasn't the first time, though, was it? How antisocial do you think I am? I'm pretty sure I was, actually. Miss Ano was quite surprised. Am I that bad? I guess I might be. And it was the first time you asked me for something, too. Really? I guess I was pretty touched, you know? Now I feel bad. Don't worry about it. Your sins will wash away if you let me see a notebook in third period. I thought you'd already taken care of it today. I didn't say I'd forgotten one thing. Alright, I'll share it. Yay! I love you, Yuna. Anna was so cute. All the girls in this game are actually freaking adorable, I've gotta say. Lunch break. I took my lunch to the roof like I always did. But strangely, only Sachi-san awaited me today. Hello, Sachi-san. Oh, is Megumi not with you? Hello, Yuna-san. I've asked Megumi to keep an eye on the broadcasting club today. Oh, I see. I sat down on the bench and took up my lunch. I'd brought baguette sandwiches, like I promised Hina I'd make yesterday. As I was about to take my first bite, my phone rumbled in my pocket. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing. I extracted the intrusive phone from my pocket. Oh, it's a text. From my mom. Someone needed to skip work tonight on short notice, so she'd be covering part of their night shift. In other words, she was telling me that she'd be home late. I skimmed over the text and slid the app closed with my finger. Oh, what's that? It isn't a cell phone. Whoa, Sachi-san's nearly leaning over my shoulder. Hasn't she seen a phone before? It's a cell phone. Oh, cell phone is short for cellular telephone. They were like regular phones where Sachi-san was alive, right? Oh, even I know what a cell phone is. Everyone has one these days. Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. But there aren't any buttons on yours, Yuna-san. Oh, that's because this is a smartphone. Smartphone? You use it like this instead of the buttons. I slide my finger across the screen, showing off a few different apps. Wow! Whoa, her eyes went wide as saucers. What's happening? You're making it work just by touching it, Yuna. What is happening? Cell phones these days sure are something. Could you show me more of it later? Sure, I don't mind. That's kind of unexpected. I guess Sachi-san's interested in stuff like this. Megumi knows a little more about these things. She likes to look at magazines and such when students read them in their classroom. Can you imagine how frustrated it would be if you were really interested in a magazine and all you wanted to do was read it, but you couldn't because, you don't have any power over the page turning? Oh, that'd be so frustrating. Well, anyway. This time, I really started eating lunch, the sandwiches Hina requested. Next to me, Sachi-san reported on the investigation. Maki-chan really is cute. Sachi-san observed Maki-san yesterday, apparently. Maki-chan was on her own yesterday. It seems Ahara-senpai had to leave early. What do you think she did? I wonder. I didn't think she'd have any reason to be at school if Ahara-senpai wasn't there. Maki-san suddenly started walking around the school. Huh, that's unusual. Ooh, excuse me. I think it's drink time. Excuse me. Oh, that's high quality H2O. Let's see. Yeah, so far, I think there are a ton of girl routes you can have in this. I'm surprised. I heard there was also, I think there's like a teacher-student one as well. But we haven't come across that yet. It was like she was looking for something. Do you know what it was? It seems she came to the same conclusion as you, Yuna-san. She wants to find somewhere where she and Miki-chan can talk together. That same conclusion? That's right. She was looking for a secret place for the two of them. Ah. She was like a little kitten exploring every corner. I was having fun just following her around. Her eyes were sparkling everywhere she went, looking at the buildings. Maki-chan really is cute. She's working so hard for the girl she likes. I'd like for their relationship to work out. I'd like their love to grow. Right. Well, I don't really know what this love thing is about, but I guess I'm really hoping for them. At least a little. So Maki-san's looking for a place like that too. That's convenient then, isn't it? Last night I was struggling to think of a way to let Maki-san know if we did end up finding somewhere for her. But if she's doing some search on her own, then our goals coincide even if our motivations don't. We might be able to guide her there. She's been checking rooms during her breaks today too. I'm sure she wants nothing more than to find somewhere that they can be alone together. I'd like to find somewhere nice for them, but I wonder if Maki-chan will be able to find it first. About that, huh? I have a few ideas about places that might work. My, really? I've had to check them out to make sure though. That's wonderful, Yuna. Where are they? In the inner buildings. Really? Would you like me to go with you after school then? With Sachi-san? What should I do? I don't think she'd get in the way or anything like that. There's something I've been wondering about Sachi-san. I got a burp. Oh. Sachi-san? Yes? Can you? Well, you can read people's minds, right? Yes. So like, how much can you tell about someone? It's been bothering me for a while. Are we all just open books to her? I want to know how much she can tell about me. Well, I haven't really explained it to you yet, have I, Yuna-san? I'm sorry for scaring you, but don't worry. I can't do anything that remarkable. She says, but that's not entirely reassuring. All I can tell is what someone is feeling strongly, and I have to be right next to them to be able to determine that. Really, it's more emotions than thoughts. It's not too much what people are thinking, but what they're feeling. And it doesn't work when there are very many people nearby. The feelings get twisted together and hidden among the others. I would probably only tell between two groups at most. If I want to know what they're feeling in more detail, it's possible by touching them. But that's not very polite, wouldn't you say? See, it's not very impressive, is it? You think? That seems pretty amazing. So ghosts can even do things like that too. But according to Sachi-san, she can only read feelings, not thoughts, in which case memories are probably a no-go. I'm a little relieved. I don't want anyone digging into that stuff. I think I can tell when people are in love because it's the emotion I'm most sensitive to. It's a feeling that I want to know most. The one I want to understand most. Megumi thinks it's amazing, but this is really all I can do. Sachi-san said that with a little smile. I'm liking like the character interaction we kind of get like, I like that we actually get some different perspective. Like we get it with Megumi one-on-one, we got it with Maki one-on-one, and then so we're kind of switching around, and now we might get to see a little bit more about Sachi. A hallway in the inner buildings, this time with Sachi-san. There'd been a little squabble on the roof when I met with the ghost after school. Megumi had been incredibly against Sachi-san and me working together. Even after Sachi-san told her to go and keep an eye on the broadcasting club trio, she tailed me around for a while, glaring at my back the whole time. And she spent all the time from the roof until I'd left the Hokoshin building, whispering in my ear about how she'd curse me if I gave Sachi-san any weird ideas. Really? Weird ideas? I left the building without even responding to her, finding it entirely too ridiculous. Oh, they're so cute! They're back again! Finally, in the inner building hallways, we found Ahara-senpai and Maki-san. The two of them were printing up bulletins to the school notice boards. Maki-san held a stack of papers while Ahara-senpai tacked them onto the boards. When they chatted happily about something as they spoke. As I watched them, a teacher passed by and said something to Ahara-senpai. It looked like she was asking for some sort of favor. Maki-san seemed a little anxious when Ahara-senpai smiled and wrote out a little note to herself. But Ahara-senpai really is amazing, as I'd heard. I'd never seen someone attract favors so naturally before. Looking at Ahara-senpai like that, I wonder what it was like for me back then. No, I shouldn't think about that anymore. This is interesting. Because it's true, I guess. We haven't really got any of Yuna's past, and she doesn't seem, thrilled about releasing any of it. But Ahara-senpai looked like she's having a lot of fun. Not many people are all smiles when they receive more work. Watching it, Are you jealous of it? Are you jealous of Miki-san? She read my mind. No, I didn't. I just looked into your eyes. Sachi-san laughed as I hid my face. That's not true. Really? I was wrong. I'm sorry about that. No, it's fine. Ooh, Sachi-san's got the moves. Or the mind read. Never mind. Sachi-san may have been right on the money. Even though I said she was wrong, I'd still been worried she'd heard my thoughts. Does that mean I was really thinking it? I don't know what I was thinking about Ahara-senpai. That I was jealous? But why? Why would I think that? What would make me... My thoughts were scattered all over. Let's go, Yuna. We're not here to watch them today. Ah! Sachi-san slid out in front of me, and then turned around, indicating that we should continue on. Was she being considerate of me? But that helped. I wanted to leave there as soon as possible. After all, I wondered if Sachi-san picked up on that. Sachi-san seems more grown up than me. Is it because she was a third year, or because she's been a ghost all this time? I don't know, but I followed her down the hallway. Drink time! Glug glug glug. I'm pretty sure I just swallowed an ice cube, but I'm okay. I didn't choke, so that is one upside, I must say. Alrighty. On the second floor, we eventually arrived at the classroom farthest from the stairs. It's called a reference room in name only. Its true usage is basically for storage. Here? Yes. A storage room? Oh, and here. I opened the unlocked door. It was musty in here. The smell of dust, just letting in air seemed to be enough to kick it all up. There's even more in here than I remember. You know this room? Ooh, excuse me. Yes. It was a classroom when I was alive. At some point, it became a reference room, but I can't recall the last time I saw someone use it for that. It seems like it's still called a reference room, though. Sorry, that was me, not her. Excuse me. I was thinking of the inner part of this room, though it was looking like it'd be pretty difficult just to get back there, at least for those of us whose bodies get coated in dust, since we can't pass right through the walls and shelves. Well, if we move some of the stuff... Whoa! Dust swirled up and got into my lungs. Ugh, I feel gross. But I put up with it and kept moving things aside. Boxes, stacks of paper, rolled up maps. Why is this can of kerosene here? Oh, for this stove. Whew! Finally, there was enough space for one person to move through the room. Now you should be able to get through to the shelves. Ah, here! Ghosts are so unfair. I had to do all that work, and now she just slides through the shelves. Yes, on the other side is a little bit of space on the window side of the room, just enough for a single tatamum mat, really. Oh, it is like this back here, isn't it? I peeked back here a long time ago, but I'd since forgotten about it. Guess it's not as big as I thought it might be. You think so? I'm impressed that you knew about this place, Yuna. Well, I just thought the size of these shelves didn't quite match up with the whole size of the building was, so I thought there might be some room in the back. I see. That's all Sachi-san said, but it seemed like her words were inviting me to say more. I was just looking for somewhere quiet. I see. Yes, it's nice to have places like that. I guess Sachi-san thinks that way too sometimes. Either that or she's just being polite again. Anyhow, now we know there's some space here. What do we do? True, people probably wouldn't find them back here, but I can't really see them standing around talking to each other in a place like this. If we could at least sit down, should we bring some chairs in? What else is back here? Wait. When I scanned around the room, I noticed something that had been shoved against the farthest wall. Huh, is that something just barely small enough to fit was leaning upright, a rectangular shape covered in torn fabric, with wooden protrusions on the bottom. Legs? Meaning, is that a couch? Oh, it seems so. Sachi-san easily passed through as usual and checked it. No, seriously, this is too perfect. And it's like, just big enough for the space. Whoa, we're lucky, but it would be like a secret hideout for this couch here, wouldn't it? A place hidden away that they can sit and chat. It's just what Maki wants. Right. I bet she'd like it, if it were a little cleaner at least. I'm not sure she'll notice it if it's this hard to get back here, though. Yeah, we've got to make the pathway a little easier to get through, but it still needs to be difficult to see from the door. And if cleaned up a little, the space back here would be a bit bigger. It'd be good if there was enough room to stretch out a little bit on the couch. We probably can't clean it up too much, though. Say, Yuna, shall we set the couch down? I don't think so. We have to make it so Maki-san thinks she found it herself. If the couch was already set up, she might think someone else was using this space. Oh, I see. Good point. Sachi-san nodded to herself. We still have to do a little organizing and cleaning. It'd be too obvious to do it all at once. A little by little. If we do about 2 hours of cleaning at a time, I might be able to get it done in 3 or 4 sessions. Yeah, that sounds about right. Today's the 18th. It's almost a week before exams. I won't be able to clean when those start. We might be able to get it cleaned up by the final day of exams. Can I ask you to do that? Yeah. Thank you. Please, make it a wonderful place for them, would you? Alright. The only thing left to do is to get Maki-san to find this place. From what I considered yesterday, it's pretty likely that she'll find it, but it's not a guarantee. After finding such a nice place for her, it'd be a shame if she didn't find it too. Well, why don't you leave it to me? Huh? Maki-chan's been wandering around the school. I'm sure she'll come by here. Yes, but But we don't know if she'll notice it even if she's nearby. I can handle that. When Maki-chan walks by, Sachi-san grinned. Ah! A sudden noise rang out. An old worn-out mop had gone toppling over behind me. I can call her inside like this. That was you, Sachi-san? Yes. It seems I can do a few things like poltergeisting. I can guide Maki-chan here like that. Ghosts have some tricks up their sleeves, huh? That's right. The person smiling proudly in front of me really is a ghost. Cool. I'm glad we're back to doing some stuff with that storyline. Having succeeded in our search for a secret spot, we didn't need to check the other places I was thinking of. Our work was done for the day. On our way back from the reference room, which was really a storage room and was about to become a hideout, we ran into Ahara-senpai and Maki-san again, still at work. This time, it looked like they were retrieving forgotten umbrellas. They took the umbrellas out from the stands, put tags on them according to where they were found, and bowed them into one big, spiky bundle. They're still hard at work. Yeah. It must be tough. I bet. No, not their work. I was thinking their relationship might take on a lot of work. It must be tough on her. Her, not them? Yes. Which one of them do you think has it rough, Yuna-san? Huh? Well, I would think Maki-san. Maki-san, I suppose. Oh, why do you think that? Because... Oh, I can see why it would be Ahara-senpai if Ahara-senpai knows she likes her. I can see it both ways. Because Maki-san has to try and get to Ahara-senpai to think of her as more than a friend, right? I don't think that it'd be easy, and if Ahara-senpai's feelings don't change, then Maki-san's feelings will all be for nothing. You think so? You don't? No, I was thinking Maki-san too, but she's quite resolute in her feelings. I think she could do anything. If it were for Miki-san, she's a very kind and strong. I'm sure everything will be fine if Miki-san realizes that. Maki-san's feelings will reach her, and even if Miki-san can only think of Maki-san as a friend, I still don't think Maki-san's feelings will have been for nothing. At least for her, that is. I don't really understand that last bit of what Sachi-san had said. They wouldn't have been for nothing, even if they didn't reach her? If they didn't reach her, what would they have done? How is that supposed to work? I'd like them to have a nice romance, no matter what it leads to. I want things to go well for everyone, of course. That's why we're helping like this, but I wouldn't want to change whatever answer they come to. They're answers they arrive at after thinking long and hard about the person after all. Well, Yuna, let's head back. Alright. I walked beside Sachi-san. The sun was setting now, and the sky outside was bright red. Ghost or not, the light of the evening sun dyed Sachi-san's hair and skin with a crimson tint. I hear exams are coming up. Yes, I won't have time to stay after school the week before them. I might be harder to help you. Yes, I know. That's alright. Everyone will be focusing solely on their studies after all. You should study hard as well, Yuna-san. As a student, you mustn't neglect your work. Right. Sachi-san really seems mature sometimes. I like Sachi. I like all the characters in this game. I haven't met a character I don't like yet. Alright guys, well I think that'll do it for this session, but anyway guys, I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you back on the prowl next time. Bye!